welcome back. Okay, let us see what they're hiding from you. Hidden secrets. I'm using this deck today. What's being hidden? Overall energy. One card, please. Confusion. Okay, so your person's stressed, bottom of the deck, but also if you're in separation, right, you're in separation at the moment and you think it's done and dusted and it's over, it isn't. They're very uncertain and unclear about the choices that they are making at the moment in their life. So they're still thinking about you. It's not cut and dried, although it looks like it is in the 3D. You know, either you're not speaking or, like I said, you're in separation or possibly there with somebody else. But it isn't cut and dried because the energy that I've got today with this card is total confusion. So they're not happy. I don't feel they're happy with the choice they've made. So I'm going to have a look at that. Okay, I'll get a few more of these out. I'll just give this deck a shuffle. I hope you're all well. I hope you're all okay wherever you are, whatever you're doing. Thanks so much for watching, all your comments, your likes. It's really kind of you. If you'd like a reading, click on the title of this video. Okay, if you're on a mobile, that will take you through to the description box. And the links to the website are in there. And also check out the free relationship report as well. Okay, so we've got some confused person here. One more, please. Trapped. That's very clear. Yeah, that's why there's the confusion. They're not happy with the decision they've made, and now they feel trapped, tied down, captive, and stuck. Okay, I just heard, well, they should have thought about that. They should have thought about that before they did what they did. Right, okay, you've got sick of chasing them. I think in the end you decided that there was just too much toxicity in this, the confusion. You know, it was your energy chasing theirs, which, you know, it happens, we all do it. We all do it, especially if somebody is nice to us and we're kind of getting on really well, or we're together for a while and then they start pulling back. It's an automatic function of the brain. You know, you will chase, but somebody watching this today got sick of it. All right, so let's see what's going on in your person's environment. Actually, no, let's have this little deck here. Let's see what's going on. Why are they feeling so trapped? Why are they trapped? Let's see. Ace of Wands in reverse. Well, they're still holding a flame for you. Okay, they're struggling. Everything seems like a burden. They've missed an opportunity. They feel like they're wasting their time where they are. If they've gone into a new relationship, the passion's gone. Okay, it's burnt out. So, you know, your person could have been a fire sign, or could be a fire sign, even Keeley. Could be a fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius or Aries, but they feel like they've wasted an opportunity with you. All right? They've got a lot of stress, a lot of pressure, a lot of things on their mind. They're trying to push forward, but they're about to give up. I think they've just had it. Sometimes people can push and push and push, and then in the end, one day, there's just nothing left. And it can come out of the blue, okay? And I think for whoever is watching this today, this is going to be a surprise, because they could have been in another situation. It could be romantic, it could be anything, for quite a while, okay? Yeah, your person is in the energy of the Four of Swords. So no, they're not communicating with you, but we know that anyway. So for me today, they're just tired. Okay, they're tired. They've got no energy. Their mental thought patterns, I'm hearing their minds eating them alive. Okay, their thoughts are going round and round and round and round, and it doesn't matter what they do or what they think, they can't get out. Okay, I think this person you're connected into is quite a passionate person, and they don't like to be stuck in one place at a time. You know, they probably like travelling, they're quite sociable, they don't like, although I do feel they will stay in a relationship, but their energy, they need to be doing different things. They are absolutely, they're overwhelmed, mentally and energetically overwhelmed, okay? They spend a lot of time trying to plan for the future, but they can't see a way out. Very, very confused person. Yeah, Page of Wands in reverse, bottom of the deck. I do feel this person is quite possibly a fire sign, or they've got strong fire energy in their chart, but they want to reach out, but they don't know how to. All right, they're burnt out, you know. They regret their impetuous behaviour. They took a chance, they took a risk. They were very childish. They could have been led along by friends, or friends supported their decision, but they didn't think it through when they left you. They didn't think it through at all. And now they've really got their hands tied, okay? They want to move out of it. They want to let go, but it's difficult for them. You know, they've got the Two of Wands in reverse. So they're looking back at the choice that they made in the past. Two of Wands, Ace of Wands in reverse. They're looking back. But they've got a real fear of doing something. There's failed negotiations. They've got a lack of activity. It's just not happening for them. Okay, let's see what the best possible outcome here is with you. Right. I feel that they're going to take a chance. They're going to come back in at some point. I think they do have a fear that you are going to push them back. You could well push them back. For some of you, you're looking at just to make a new beginning on your own now. You're quite happy either being single or possibly dating without strings. You know, you're finding your own self-worth, which is brilliant. With regards to your person, I think they will come in. It will be very sudden. I don't think there's going to be much of a plan here, okay? But they're going to come in like nothing's happened, so bear that in mind. They do have a childlike energy. I don't think they're, you know, some readings I do, and you know, the cards and the energy, it's toxic. I don't think this person's particularly toxic. I think they have a low boredom threshold, possibly chasing dopamine. They get restless very easily, and they can make decisions, and they're easily led. And I think there was a friend group or a group of friends that led them astray. Okay, but they're going to come back in, and they're going to hope that you can wipe the slate clean and start again. Okay. Yeah, Three of Cups, the unknown. They're going to want a reconciliation. They miss the good times you had. They miss your company. They miss the fun. But I think you definitely, there was some sort of friend group here that was very immature, or they led them astray, or they listened to friends, or somebody in a friend group that couldn't be trusted, who came across as really nice, but you knew they were always hiding something. It was a friend who did a lot and gave a lot, and really made out they were helpful, and almost too much, you know, when somebody's doing too much, but you knew that it wouldn't last, or that they weren't genuine, all right, that they weren't genuine. But yeah, they want a reconciliation, and they're going to strategize, all right. I think part of their thing at the moment, the reason they've got so much stress and anxiety, is they're trying to work out how to get out of the situation they're in without being caught. Okay. They know they're going to leave that situation, you know, whether you entertain it or not. I do see that person that we're reading on today leaving the situation they are in. It's almost as if that's what's stressing them. They're trapped. But I feel in their energy, they know it's only temporary, but they need to take what they want to take. They're trying to save themselves. Okay, they are being devious. They are going to be devious, and they are going to almost sneak around to get what they want out of the situation they've gone into. Now, for some of you, you did get sick of chasing, and I do feel for some of you that when they come back in this energy, you're going to be like, well, that's really childlike. You know, I want something more stable. I'm not willing to jump off a cliff with you again, literally, and pretend nothing happened. Let's just get some advice for you on this. Let's just get some advice for you. Yeah, love yourself, the Empress. Be that Empress. If you put your own comfort, your own abundance, your own wants. Love yourself like you are on that throne. Whether you're male or female or however you identify, it's the energy. Be that Empress. Love yourself. Be abundant. Remember that you are the prize and that you are the one that will be chased. You don't do the chasing. You don't chase, you attract. Okay, really, really go heavy into that energy. This energy here that they're going to come back in. No, you want the crown. You want it all. And like I often say, you don't want the crumbs, you want the whole loaf. Okay, go for the loaf. But this message is be the Empress. Remember your power. Remember who you are. And I'm hearing, remember who you were before this relationship. Because although sometimes people say things to us and we know they're not true, we absolutely know it's just a load of bullshit. But if people repeat that, or we're in an environment for long enough, it doesn't half drag you down. It does get you down, and it can be difficult to try and rewire those little neurons in your brain. But keep going. Okay, be the Empress. You don't want... I just feel that you want more commitment than just somebody coming back in and saying, let's just wipe the slate clean, okay? I think you want more action, you want more evidence, all right? So you just sit there, you sit pretty, okay? They'll come back in, but don't settle, Sometimes we'll settle or we'll do things because deep down we fear, and we've all got it, either a fear of abandonment or they won't like us. Remember, I'm being here to tell you, and it's a really garbled message, but no is a complete word. No is a complete word. Stand your ground, own your power. Remember, you are the best, you are whole, you are complete, and you are perfect just the way you are, okay? They will come back in, they want you. Let them do the running, okay? And if this is what you want, you go to the end of your story and you visualise that. You visualise the commitment an Empress would get. The Empress wouldn't settle for little bits. The Empress would want either, the ring on the finger or whatever. Okay? Don't settle. Do not settle. Consider your choices. What makes you comfortable? What makes you happy? What is it you want from your life? Not what this person wants because they've got themselves in a pickle because they took off for something else because they were bored and, it looked more exciting for them, and then led astray by a friend group who I think you knew didn't have your best interests at heart. No, you're in charge now. I'm really hearing that. You're in charge. You're calling the shots. You're on that throne. Okay? Stay there. Keep yourself on that throne and don't move. Because you have got some amazing things coming in for you. Three of Wands. Whatever you've been thinking about, visualising, dreaming about, it's coming in. Okay? You're just waiting for your ships to come in. And I'm telling you now with this card, they're coming. It's a positive card for you. If you're building a business, if you're anything, whatever you're doing, it's a general reading, but it's coming. Okay, just remember who you are. Mirror work every single day. Just look in the mirror and say, I'm wonderful. Even if you don't believe it, just keep doing it. And eventually, you will start to believe it. Okay, I'll leave that with you. Your choice as ever. I love you all very much. Take care. Speak soon. Bye.